welcome. My name is Dr. Johan, and it's my privilege to present this online course to you, connecting to your spiritual guides and your psychic self. Not only that, but it also offers you the opportunity to open up your psychic abilities, which we all have, over a 7-day period. Should you follow the videos, the lectures, it will certainly open up the spiritual mind. What I've found over the years is that many people will go onto spiritual courses, sign up for online courses, and what I've found is that many of these courses will teach you how to open up your chakras, how to quieten the mind, how to do all sorts of things. But the one most important factor for spirituality comes from within the spiritual brain. So one has to learn how to open up the spiritual brain to access that higher level of consciousness, that higher level of spirituality, that intuitiveness that everybody looks for, not only for that, but also for the quietness within the brain. Because I've proven over the last 15 years that the spiritual brain, accessing the spiritual brain, is the very foundation that we have to learn to do before any spiritual course will work for you. So it's very important that you understand how the spiritual brain is accessed and how we can use it as a switch, like we would switch on a bedroom light or switch it off. That's how we can access the spiritual brain, by switching on a spiritual light switch within the brain. And remember that spirituality doesn't start from the outside inwards. It starts from inside and it works its way out. And the only way, again, to achieve that is by accessing the spiritual brain. Right, so you must be wondering who this course is for. Well, I've been teaching this course for the last 15 years in live sessions. And of course, due to the pandemic, COVID-19, we're all now having to go on to our online courses. So just to explain to you, as a prospective student, who is this course for and why? Well, this course is not only for the beginner in spirituality, the person who needs to just understand the very basics of what happens within the brain and the body, but this course explains to the beginner how to go on a positive journey and stick to it. Okay, so the exciting part about this whole course as well is that I deal with experienced spiritualists. I deal with experienced shamans. I deal with experienced psychics. Psychics who've been doing it for the last 20 years also really don't understand what happens in the brain, especially if it's a natural gift that they have, because they are able to switch over, not knowing how or knowing why they're switching over or what is happening in the brain. So this course, this online course, is for right from the beginner who is just setting out and needs the foundations of a very good setting for the psychic ability. Then it goes right through to intermediaries, it goes through to experienced people, experienced shamans all around the world, and we end up swapping stories whenever this course is going. So it's a very interactive course, it's a very deep course, and it'll open up the spiritual brain for the beginner, to the intermediary, to the most experienced psychic out there. I've already had students that I've taught live, okay, that have been psychics for the last 25 years. And once they learned what this course has taught them, their psychic intuitiveness has just exploded to another level. So really, this course is for everybody who is spiritually excited and wants to get things done. One has to, as a student, there are so many courses out there that it can become quite intimidating, and it can mix up your thought patterns. Who do you follow? Many people claim to be spiritual gurus. Many people claim to be teachers. But so the student is in the sea, and I say a sea of tutors, of spiritual information. It's an absolute overload. So really, cut this all down and look at the tutor's credentials. Look at the tutor. How are they? Have they written books? Maybe have they written articles on spirituality? Are they recognized by anybody in any any industry. Are they recognized as a spiritual teacher? Are they recognized as somebody that can teach people? If one looks at my credentials, you'll see that I've taught experienced spiritual people, experienced psychics, experienced shamans. So one has to look at this and put all this together. And unfortunately, it is a sea out there. And in the sea, as we all know, there's not only beautiful fish swimming around. So be very, very careful when you choose, because it's your body, it's your mind, it is your spiritual energy that has to be taken care of. That is first and foremost. And secondly, you've got to be able to contact your tutor, your teacher, whenever you need to. They should be available to you, because that is part of what a tutor does. The accessibility to your tutor is very, very important. Number 3, if you're not feeling right, is your tutor there to guide you, whether it be on Zoom, whether it be on Facebook? So those are the 3 most important points that I would say that you need to look at very carefully when signing on for an online course. Not just signing on, but make sure that when you do sign on, that it is for long term, not short term. Spirituality is not a 3-month contract. It's a lifetime contract of commitment. Now, throughout this course, I will be talking about the spiritual brain and the various parts of the spiritual brain. I will also be introducing you to certain exercises that you would need to do. Now, none of these exercises take very long. That's how easy this is. But if only you knew how to do this years ago, your spiritual journey would be one of absolute awesomeness, okay, if there's such a word. But you'll find that as you access the spiritual brain, you become highly, highly intuitive to the energies around you, whether they be animals, whether they be humans, whether it just be nature or the universe itself. Tuning into the spiritual brain is the foundation of all spirituality. Now, as we go through this course, I'll be discussing things like the heart brain. Not many people know that the heart brain actually exists and that the brain has its own neurons. But more on that in the next lessons. And we also talk about the hypothalamus. We talk about the reptilian brain, which many people talk about the reptilian brain negatively. And without this reptilian brain, which again I'll discuss later further on, it is very, very important for spirituality. So as we go along on this journey, which I truly hope that you will enjoy, as I've enjoyed putting this online course together. And please don't forget, as soon as you're ready and you're ready to hook up with me and connect with me on Facebook, that's Dr. Johan Claessens -- author. Please, if you have any questions, please connect up with me. I look forward to hearing from you. But please do remember that the exercises on this online course is very, very important. To achieve the desired results that you want to achieve spiritually, you need to do these exercises. So I look forward to the next module. I look forward to connecting with you, and I really, truly appreciate your time. And I thank you for joining this online course and trusting me to take you on this incredible spiritual journey. Thank you. See you in the next module.